let me introduce this so I know I have a cutoff point. Welcome everybody to the Crossover Podcast, episode like 95 or whatever. Right before we came, or right before I kicked this off, or Paul was telling me that apparently Onivia, I'm guessing Riot, cut off their VOD access or like their ability to post everything and monetize it.
Mhm.
So that brings me to a question that I was going to ask in relation to my content. I was talking about this a little bit earlier, but just doing recaps on my channel of just like breaking down games like trends or things that like I'm noticing ongoing within worlds. I'm gonna be honest, the viewership is not great on it. Like I'm not even breaking 100 views. And when you stop and think about that, it makes sense. Why would you go and watch somebody talk about it unless like you really care for their personality? Which by all means, thank you to like the 50 some people that tune in every single time to do that.
Mhm.
But basically, I'm doing what Dom and others are doing, reacting to the games without having gameplay, which is never going to be as appealing. So, what I was going to do was before work, wake up and go on LOL event VODs and watch the highlights and use that in a video. But if they're demonetizing them because they're the ones that provide the highlights, would I then get like would I not be able to monetize that on my side?
So I don't know if LoL Esports is still gonna be running, you know what I mean? And if they'll start doing highlights or what's going on. But yeah, I don't know if you would get demonetized as well. I'd assume it's everybody, you know what I mean, who's showing gameplay that isn't a co-streamer that is like allowed to be. That's all I can think of. Like
But like they're not showing it live, are they? It's just the VODs.
no, all Onivia does is like the highlights of the games. That's it. So I don't
Huh.
know. It was just sad because it was like I was sitting there and I was like, dang, they really like. I get like they got to make their own money and stuff, and Riot is doing their thing, but I think you shouldn't really demonetize something unless you have like you already are doing it well as well.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing it well by yourself, then I understand trying to push people to your traffic, but demonetizing them without doing your own like highlights that are good is kind of a silly move. Like Pat McAfee back in the day, there was a guy who was uploading Pat McAfee like highlight clips, like he would do most toxic moments and stuff like that on YouTube. They just hired him. Like they straight up just started paying the guy to upload the videos to their channel instead. And they said, "We'll give you whatever cut like your video makes, and we'll pay you this much per video." And that's what they did.
Hmm.
So I don't know if LoL Esports is doing like their own highlights and trying to get into that themselves. But if they aren't, I think it's kind of silly.
So I pulled up the this is from Worlds 2022. This is not from Worlds 2023. Uh
Hmm.
it said creators may stream or post VODs of Worlds 2022 reaction content that includes broadcast footage starting immediately after the daily broadcast ends. No co-streaming or virtual watch parties are permitted during the Worlds broadcast at this time. Uh, I mean, that makes sense given like everything else there. Creators may include Worlds broadcast footage clips within the streams or VODs. Clips taken from the Worlds broadcast must contain less than 15 consecutive minutes of broadcast footage. Streams and VODs may include up to 3 clips per match, as long as each individual clip does not
Well, a
exceed the
highlight
15.
channel is gonna have way more than that,
Yeah.
so they're gonna get got. But I don't know. It just stinks because it's like when you go to LoL Esports VODs and highlights, right? Like
Yeah.
I would assume this is the official Riot account because it looks like it. There are no highlights. There's just 48-minute VODs
Yeah.
of games. So like
And that's the thing is
it's
like
like
that's where I was trying to think of like how I'm gonna tailor like if I'm gonna make an adjustment to how I'm covering play-ins at least. Like whenever we get to
Mhm.
actual like group stage at Worlds, I'm not gonna like watch all the highlights. One, there's gonna be too many games, and two, like talking about our teams themselves will be more than enough. Uh,
Yeah.
but like for play-ins, I wanted to do that, but like now I'm worried about what that means.
Yeah, I would just read. read into what you were reading and try out what you can do without getting demonetized. Like, I think Onivia could start a Patreon or something, and they could probably get enough donors. Like, I'd subscribe to a Patreon for that
Yeah.
channel because that's how I watch most LPL games, and it would be kind of cool. But I mean, we'll see. Like, who knows what they end up doing? I mean, kind of sucks they would pick right now to start doing this.
That's why I think like there's something that they're not doing right with like global low esports because they're the ones that directly control everything.
Yeah, it's just unlucky, but hey, it happens. I already watched them live anyways, so I watched BDS just absolutely well. I watched Adam 1v9 and then get like just basically giga focused so he couldn't 1v9 again. And they need to get Crowny off of Ezreal.
Yeah.
No hate.
That was
but
bad. That was really
yeah,
bad.
not the best Ezreal I've ever seen.
I'm not gonna lie, it made me really happy though being able to shit talk Europe this morning. That felt good. Felt
How are you trash talking them though? They 3-0'd us
because I can.
convincingly.
Because I can. We didn't lose to the minor regions. We lost to them, sure, but we didn't lose to the minor regions. And you can't say that we would have lost to them otherwise because we haven't. We
I
never
mean,
have. We've never lost to the minor regions.
what minor regions?
In like MSI this year and Worlds last year, we did not
Yeah.
lose. So I don't care whether we lost to BDS or not. That's fine. Like we've lost to Europe a billion times. We've lost to China and Korea a billion times. Sure, we do not lose to the minor regions. So people could say, "Oh, like I had somebody come in the comments of TikTok and be like, "Oh, you know, you would have lost just as bad." As like you don't know that. You don't. You guys have a history of falling to the minor region teams. We do not. So you don't know that, and you can't say
I
that.
kind of see what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like they did just kind of send us home pretty convincingly. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. They had an on.
Like,
Look, they had an on day, and we had an off day. And by off day, I mean Gory fucking ran it down in the worst possible fashion.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, off day is being nice to them, but they. I would say like low key though, watching Loud like kind of made me go, "Yo, maybe Brazil like maybe we could do an Americas thing."
yeah.
And Brazil actually might compete with us at this point. Like, not even compete. They might win. Like, they could low key win a
Nah,
tournament.
nah. Don't go that far. Come on now. You know better.
I mean, maybe they couldn't, but
They
I
got
don't
3
know.
0'd by Vietnam. Or not Vietnam. They got 3 0 by the PCS at MSI. So what
I
makes
guess
you
it's
what
true.
makes you think that they're gonna like they're shoo-ins to win tomorrow or tonight?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I
Like
guess they're not like shoo-ins, but
no, they
they,
got to this exact point at MSI and Worlds last year, and guess what happened?
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah, that's fair.
Like tonight,
That is
honestly,
fair.
well, not necessarily. Tonight's a massive test for them. Like if they can win this series, then they're looking
Mhm.
good. Here's the problem. If they beat PSG and they come out as the first seed in their group, guess who they likely has to have to face?
Who?
BDS.
Oh,
That is now your reward for winning.
yeah, that's pretty tough, actually.
And the question is, do you think like, oh, we can
Yeah.
actually beat BDS, or like, was this just a really off day for them?
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, they're probably. Man.
It makes it so much harder to figure out now.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, so we know, at least with the bracket that's left, we know BDS is beating Focus B. More than
Yeah,
likely,
DFM.
DFM. Like, we're pretty convinced they're going to beat them. No clue what happens with Flying
Flying Oysters.
Oyster and Whales, because I've not seen enough of them, and I'm not going to pretend to have watched any PCS in Vietnam. But I do think Loud could win this game. I think they could.
I don't know if they beat BDS though.
Do you think Loud doesn't beat BDS? I
No,
mean,
I just
maybe
think
not.
BDS had a really bad day. I really do.
That's fair.
I think Flying Oysters. I think that I legitimately do believe that the PCS is like the next region behind us. I think Flying Oysters beats Team Wales. Team Wales loses in the rematch uh to BDS, and then
Yeah.
BDS goes on and plays the winner of Loud PSG, which could end up like absolutely cucking them.
Well, to be fair though, I don't think either of them is gonna like intentionally throw slash try to not play BDS because BDS has a pretty like standard way of beating them. I don't actually think BDS is like I don't think that was a fluke if we're being honest.
Sure, but
Like
like put it in a
I think they're
vacuum. Would
good,
you rather
but
play BDS or Flying Oysters?
I mean probably I mean I would say Flying Oyster because I'm biased. But right now BDS doesn't look good. Like, no offense to the team we sent and Europe, but we're not four deep. That's just
No, we are
life.
not.
Neither of us are four
We're
deep.
not. We're realistically not even like
Yeah,
one deep at the moment. But you know,
yeah.
we'll get there when
Neither
we
of
get
us
there.
are four deep. So like BDS honestly barely is even here. Like I know you gotta earn your way, kinda, but I don't really like think they're that good. And they seem like they don't think they're that good either because they kind of had a like not breakdown, but I mean low key
Oh,
they did have a
they had a
breakdown.
collapse.
Yeah, they just started falling apart. So if I'm Loud, are you really that scared of BDS? Like all you do is ban Darius and all of a sudden like Adam can't 1v9 the game. And honestly, I don't think they're worried about Adam 1v9ing the game against Robo.
No,
Robo's not going to get curb stomped like others. So if you're
I mean,
Loud, you're probably just sitting there like
even then though, you win a
whatever.
game against them, and all of a sudden, like Adam fucking runs it down game 3.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And like the thing is, I will say for Adam's credit, when you watch BDS, and it's been like this though for a while. Like when they're winning, it looks fine. When they're not, it looks terrible. Like he's he's a very aggressive player, and it looks like BDS like wants to play this really smart in and out style that really plays on the edge, but none of them are actually good enough to do that.
At
So
least
then
besides Adam, yeah.
yeah, so then they all end up not going in, and Adam goes in because I think he realizes like you can brute force some of this and still win, and he does that, and none of them actually go in with him. Which sometimes it does look hella inty, and sometimes he is legitimately just inting, but other times he goes in, and then none of them ever go in ever again, and they just stand around. Like it's kind of insane. The amount of times like four of them were just standing there, not doing anything was like kind of crazy to me. Like, it just I don't know. It seemed like they were afraid, almost.
Oh, by game 3, yeah, they were hesitant to pull any triggers.
Yeah,
But I will say
because
in game 2, even though they lost, like Adam was I think the only person that was up like 20, 30 CS and like doing shit.
yeah,
Obviously, Cassante gets to a point where it's like it's Cassante. He's gonna take over the
yep,
game no matter what. But like Adam can't be the only reason why you're ahead.
yeah, it's fair. As I mean, that's just true. And I, I was gonna say I don't think Loud or PSG throws because they don't want to play Movie Star Gam again, but I don't think they care.
No, I don't
I
think
think
either of them are worried about that. It's
yeah, I
like
don't think they're worried about that.
I think honestly, as much as I want Loud to win, what I think ends up happening is I think PSG beats them. Loud goes to 2. Loud plays Flying Oyster. And like that's a legitimate chance for them to get out, but then you just have this grudge match between
Hmm.
BDS and PSG that it's like I mean at that point you favor PSG, right?
Yeah, I mean
At least for the time
BDS
being.
versus PSG. Yeah, I would take PSG. I mean PSG's not like actually astronomically better, I would say. They're just more calm.
Yeah.
Like when they were playing against Movie Star, like and they fell behind, they just seemed calm. I mean, granted, they have Maple, so it's hard not to be calm when you have a guy who's been, it seems like, has been playing at Worlds for like, what, 10 years now. So it's just like, it's whatever. Like, I think they can take them.
Would you be worried about Gam?
Honestly, no.
Neither am I. That's what I like. I was
Gam
shocked
looks
when people were
bad.
like, "Oh, Loud's a massive upset over Gam." I was like, did we
I mean,
watch the
I've never,
same squad? Like at MSI and Worlds last year, like they didn't look good. They didn't
I
look good
haven't
at
watched Gam,
all.
so I don't know if, like, what people were basing that take off of, you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't go back and watch VCS
Neither did I.
because I don't think either of them are gonna be here by a significant stage, so I just didn't care. But it seems like, I mean, game looked pretty terrible. Like, I don't know what else you say.
Well, they said I saw
Like,
somebody tweet out that like the Asia Games roster that they sent for Vietnam, the one that like took a game off of China, uh,
hmm
it was basically Gam but with Team Wales ADC. And they
oh,
said
okay,
if you're looking at Gam, it's like their ADC is not good, plain and simple.
yeah,
Like Wales has the better guy. So when Wales had what is his name, um, Artemis.
yeah,
Whenever
Artemis,
Artemis is just playing out of his mind, it's like okay, yeah, I get it. I now get it. Like
yeah,
that made it like he gapped Crowny,
yeah,
hard gap count Crowny that entire series.
yeah, and I. It makes you think, like, that's why I think they don't want to lose. That's why I think PSG and Loud are actually playing to win this, because more than likely Wales is going to be the winner of that Flying Oyster Wales series. Like, or at least if they keep playing this well, which I don't expect them to fall off, they're going to be there. So I would not be choking if I'm the others. I would
No,
take my chances against BDS because I think you can tilt BDS a lot quicker. And there's just more answers when you're playing against BDS. Like, you can win mid jungle, and obviously we overrated BDS's bot lane, or we
yeah,
both thought they were better than they are. Like, BDS's bot lane wasn't even doing that much in the series against Golden Guardians. So,
no.
like, really, the Golden Guardians series was just like Adam
Ugh.
just solo killing people on Garen
Yeah, I get.
every time he had a flash.
Yeah, we got. I guess we got to go back to that series and talk about it a little bit.
I mean, there's not a ton to talk about other than GGS needs to keep Stixay. You could probably keep Huhi.
Yeah, I definitely think you can keep Huhi, but I will say like the Huhi at Worlds thing just I doubted him at MSI. I doubted Golden Guardians in general. Uh,
hmm
but like it was that a one-off tournament and then Huhi comes right back down to like not being able to play to
hmm
engage a level. That Nico game was fucking terrible.
hmm
Was horrendous. I've
Yeah,
never seen a guy go so far out from his team that nobody
yeah,
can follow up on a consistent basis. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
yep. I mean, yeah, it was pitiful.
And then
And
we said that fucking Golden Guardians mid lane was gonna gap Nuke and Shio, that River and Gory were like the guys. A little bit of worry with Gory if whether he would turn it on. Not only did Gory in out of his mind, but like River got gapped hard.
yeah, he did.
Hard.
And then we go on to watch BDS. Like, and what worried me was after watching all of that and thinking, oh, maybe BDS is just way better than I thought. Like, they actually don't look unbeatable.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting here like, okay, so their bottom lane just got gapped by the VCS 2 seed, which granted is probably the number one bot lane in VCS, we know now. So they got gapped by them. What is our team doing? Like, their bottom lane's supposed to be their best thing. Licorice was playing great, and Adam just kept coming back by solo killing random people around the map.
Yeah.
So it was like, what are we doing?
It was fucking brilliant on Adam's part too. The
Yeah,
second that we get ahead just slightly in game 2 and like even game 1, like I think Licorice was even, if not a little bit ahead in game one, I think.
Mhm.
But he wasn't playing Garen. He was playing what, Cassante game one? I don't fully remember.
Licorice.
Yeah. No. What was Adam playing game one? I know he played Garen games 2 and 3, but
Thought he played Darius.
no, he did not play Darius.
He didn't.
No, I'm pretty sure it was
Oh.
Cassante. Uh, like Licorice was somewhat getting ahead and holding his own, barring game three. Game three, he got his shit pushed in. But like Adam just said, fuck it at some point. I'm gonna go elsewhere and cause problems. And like game two, Rivers uh gapping them for like the first 15 minutes. Adam comes in and they're just like, well, I don't know what to do. There's a Garen here. What am I supposed to do? And then they just run around with their chicken, or like a chicken with their head chopped off, do nothing, and start losing their lead. Then all it took was
Yep.
one kill from Adam, and then all of a sudden, bam, they're good. Granted, our draft
It,
was shit, and we were like, once we got past mid game, we were never going to be able to do anything against them. But still,
it was Renekton.
that was Renekton, even worse.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with NA right now, but not a good open. Not a great open.
Does it scare you for group stage at all? Or
Mm,
do you look at that and just say, okay, Gory didn't maintain or didn't come back to any level of form, and we just got rolled?
yeah, I'm not really scared for NA. I'm more just like, yeah, I think GGS just eventually became what we thought they were the whole year. It took them all year to get to where you and I thought they were.
Yeah, burnout was gonna
They
hit
finally
eventually.
got there,
But
and
that's
it
the thing
took
that like,
burnout to get there.
so there was that conversation on Hotline League, and like some people had it on Twitter as well, where it was like, should Golden Guardians have been our 4 seed? It's like, yeah, they should have,
Yeah.
because they earned it, and nobody else stepped up.
Hmm.
But that said, like I was predicting from the beginning of summer that Burnout's going to catch up to him at some point. Had it hit like 1 week earlier, my prediction would have been right.
Hmm.
But they somehow made it out because nobody else underneath them was able to push them.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And I'm not like of the belief. I mean, it was a double Elam bracket to qualify. Like, I get they ended up beating Dig to qualify, but we can't be doing like 3 qualifier
Yeah.
tournaments, like just to make sure we get the right 4 there. Yes, when you send 40% of your league to a Worlds tournament, there's a good chance that your 4th team isn't that good.
Yeah.
Like, people just gotta accept this isn't China where they send 4 teams and it's 20% of the league. Like,
Or Korea,
this
where your
is,
4th team literally wins the tournament.
yeah, your 4th team can win it all. Like, this is NA, LCS. Our 4th team really isn't gonna be top notch tier, especially when FlyQuest builds a super roster and shits the bed. It's just life. Like, your 4th seed isn't gonna be that good. Like, if FlyQuest doesn't just absolutely suck, and our 4 seeds are like FlyQuest and like the other 3, yeah, maybe it's a different story because FlyQuest pushes the league. But as it stands, FlyQuest choked hard. Golden Guardians was limping into playoffs,
Yep.
and sending EG wouldn't have changed anything
No,
here.
it arguably would have been.
Yeah, it might have not been
Eh,
worse, but it wouldn't have been much better.
no, I think JoJo would have put up a better fight than Gory. That's for certain. Like JoJo on the
Well,
international
yeah,
stage, I would have been hyped to see, regardless of what happened elsewhere. But like,
but Revenge wouldn't have done what Licorice could have.
no, there would have been a clear weakness in top lane. Shaden, like, and their
Yeah,
whole jungler situation was kind of a mess. And then bot lane, like,
yeah, and
eh,
so far, like, I don't know how to say his name. The BDS jungle show or something
shame.
like that.
Sheo.
Sheo and Adam seem to have pretty good rapport when they can get ahead. And EG's not really the best, like, knows what to do when a lane starts absolutely curb stomping.
Yeah.
So I could have seen them getting 302. Maybe they would have put up a greater fight because their bottom lane is better, but I don't really think it's going to change a ton. And you can't have 5 different qualifiers to make sure that you get,
Yeah.
the right 4 in there. You just got to live with it.
Do you think we should have a 4th seed going
Going forward,
for
probably
both
not.
us and the LEC? In a world where BDS doesn't get out, at what point do we just acknowledge and say, let's cut the 4 seeds, bro? Come on.
Yeah, if they fail, if BDS fails, my bad, then yeah, I think you cut it because our 4th seed, like, it's clear that we are not built for a 4th seed, like NA is not,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look like LEC is so far. Now there's a lot of tournament left for them. They could turn this around and get out still. I mean, they have plenty of time.
Yeah, they
And
very
it's
well
not
could.
like, yeah, they definitely have a Get Hot series or a Get Right. That's what I'm looking for. Get Right series is coming up. So there's a world where they could get hot and do what they need to. But if they lose two, then yeah, I mean, a 3-0 curb stomp for the NA 4th seed into the LEC 4th seed not even making it out of plans is just not a good time.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it gives more, I would say, like deserved representation for wildcard
Yeah.
teams. I think they deserve a bit more representation than just constantly having to get thrashed by, randos. Like us moving 3rd seeds down there is not going to be any better because like let's say that's what they decide to do. That's a terrible idea too, because throwing Team Liquid in there would just be awful for all of them. It would it'd be like us losing hope, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would not be good for a lot of them to have to face Summit. Like if you think Adam is running through top laner in that bracket or Robo's really good, wait until they have to face Summit down there. And
Oh
Yeon and
god.
Core JJ and Alpha and Piosic, like that's just too much.
I just need to get to next week already. I really do. Like it feels like it's going, I don't know, like Worlds without having a team in play-ins
Mhm.
feels different. Cuz this is the first time we've never had a team in play-ins, right?
Maybe.
We've always had a team here.
I mean, not in the early years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, international wild card. I'm saying like since like play-ins has been a thing.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
pretty sure
yeah,
we've
yeah.
always had one team
Yeah,
in there because
the
that was
new
like
one,
that
yeah.
was the Cloud9 buff for a long period of time. Is they go in play-ins, they'd ramp up, and then they'd hit the tournament with their ground running.
That's true.
Not having a team in there freaking sucks.
Yeah, I guess it does. But it's also like I don't know what you do because
No, there's
I
nothing you
mean, we're
can do.
just
Like
not.
we didn't earn it. It's
Yeah,
as simple as that. Like that's it is what it is. But like I don't know. Like it still gives you the point is that it gives you not something to watch because I'm gonna watch it anyways. But like
true.
Worlds has begun and it feels like I'm still a solid 6 days away from like hitting peak levels of hype.
No, that's fair. And I mean, that's just life. Like there, this is just how it's gonna be because NA is sadly it's the trajectory we're going on. Like we're not getting much stronger. Our depth hasn't been good. I don't really know why. Like I know I brought them up already, but I don't get why FlyQuest fell apart.
Yeah.
But if they didn't, like them here would have been so good for us.
Yeah.
Like so good. We would have looked really clean. But them falling apart really kind of hurts the argument and it's probably just going to get worse if they start budget rostering, which it looks like they're going to do.
Here's something I thought of earlier that I want to get your thoughts on. What if for next year, assuming we keep Swiss stage, because I think this is permanently here to stay. Like people, even though we haven't experienced it yet, I know it's going to be a hit. What
Mhm.
Counter Strike does is only 8 of the 16 teams are guaranteed to start in Swiss stage at the next major, and it's the 8 teams that qualify for the knockout bracket. what if we expanded play-ins to be like the 8 teams, or like say we get to knockouts and Korea
Mhm.
sends 4, China sends 3, Europe sends 1. Next year, Korea gets 4, China gets 3, Europe gets 1, like in order of their seeding directly into Swiss stage. Everybody else goes in play-ins. And you expand it so that you have like basically everybody's qualifying up to like Swiss stage.
Yeah, I could see that. That would actually be pretty cool.
And then you have, I mean, by that measure, your odds are that you will likely have like a China or Korea in there that can stomp on everybody like below them, but like it's still proving a point. But then also for North America, assuming that we have no teams out, guess what? Every one of our teams is in play-ins, and you're fighting to earn your way up.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because it would. I don't know that like those Chinese and Korean teams are just gonna curb stomp so hard,
But that's why I think you
so they're
have,
gonna feel like a waste of time.
I think you do. I'd have to look at how the CS:GO majors do it because I'm not
Mhm.
100% certain, but I think it's like basically you do what we have now, but these
Mhm.
first round matchups that we went through are all best of 1. And
Well,
then same
the
thing,
cool
promotion
thing though,
relegation games are best of 3s.
cool thing would be, and with what you said, it's not really gonna be that bad because if it's 8 teams, it could actually be like 4 Chinese and Koreans
Yeah.
being in Swiss stage, or it's gonna at least be 4 of one of those two.
Yeah,
Because I highly doubt we ever get a point where there's an NA and a LEC or 2 LEC.
yeah, so
Like,
you have one team from that region down below.
yeah, yeah. So that'd actually be pretty cool because you would put one Korean or Chinese team in there, and the one time they do lose, it's gonna be historic. Everyone's gonna freak out. It's
Yep.
gonna be everyone's gonna go crazy, and then you'll have just a ton of NA and LEC teams just fighting for their lives down there, which would be pretty cool. That would be pretty fun.
And it gets you warmed up to face the big boys.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
that
That's true.
like we have seen historically that play-in teams do better than most of the other squads around them. Granted,
Yeah,
last year kind of sucked for us that we didn't really have anything there, and Mad Lions dropped out. But like that's part of the drama. It's like
yeah. No, it is, and it'd be pretty actually pretty cool idea. I wonder if though they'd actually go with it. I mean,
the thing is, you have to manage it well because you're increasing the number of games that are in play-ins.
mhm,
That's the only tricky part where it's like
yeah.
I guess if you reduce the matches that we had today, let me do the math on this real quick.
Well, has play-in viewership been up?
It's over. It's down from where it was last year, but that was also because last year had Korea, China, North America, like had everybody in play-ins, like
Ah,
those first seeds. That said, uh, Loud versus Gam peaked at over 1 million
okay.
between two like minor region teams.
Yeah, and if we do like your idea, I'm pretty sure we would peak so high, like for some of those games.
The only thing that I can think of is if you have to swap to best of ones for that first round to uh, reduce some amount of games, but then you're
Mhm.
introducing one, two, three, four. Oh, you're introducing a lot more games, like a lot. I don't
Oh,
know.
a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, because you think
it'd
about it,
be.
you have probably, I guess, you're adding 8 more teams, which means you have 2 more of these brackets than what we have right now. So
Yeah.
that means that you have. Coco, go get her. She's so scared. I don't know. I don't know. She just wants to be with me. Uh, but no. So you're introducing 8 more teams, which means you're introducing 1, 2, 3 more best of threes. So 6 more best of threes total.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's so that's basically 3 more days of plans.
Yeah, that is a lot. That's a lot. And how
Which
many
to
games are being played the 19th?
What do you mean the 19th?
Isn't it like a crazy amount the first day of Worlds?
Oh, I forgot to check the schedule. Let me see.
Like it's still all TBD, I think, or they haven't like said who's playing who.
No, but the time
But
slots
isn't
were up. I saw that earlier. Uh, it goes from 1 a.m. to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. I cannot wait. That's gonna be so much fun.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Wait, can you be eliminated just from
No, no, no,
best
no,
of ones?
no, 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 no. You can't. So you can lose 2 best of ones, go down like 0-2, but then you play a best of 3.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we have 2 day.
Alrighty.
We have 2 days of best of ones like that, where it's basically seeding everybody into your 2 game or like stages, where it's like
Hmm.
uh so the only thing that you'll have additional games on is like that 1 and 2 record, where you'll have 4 teams up, 4 teams down, so 6 minus, and then you have a total of what, 4, 8, 12, 16. So you have 12. Well, no, 4 plus 8. So you have half, half, half. So you have 4 best of ones and 4 best of threes on that 1 and 2, or that 1 and 2, or well, 1 and 1. Like when you have those 2 games in. So that's going to be interesting. I guess they're going to do, well, the schedule's kind of weird. We go from 8 games on Friday, or 8 games
Hmm.
Thursday, 8 games Friday, to clearly 2 best of threes on Saturday, which I'm assuming will be the promotion game, probably based on how they're doing it now. Sunday then will be just 4 best of ones. That's it. And then that day's over, because that's all your 1-and-1 records. And then every other every other thing from there is 2 best of threes, with the exception of the final Sunday, which is 3 best of threes.
That's pretty crazy. Like,
So we will have draws. Like we'll have draw shows on Sunday, October 15th. We'll have a draw on Thursday, October 19th. We'll have a draw again on Friday the 20th. We'll have another draw on Monday the 23rd. And then one final draw on Saturday the 28th.
that's gonna be insane.
Dude, I cannot tell you how excited I am for this list. You have no idea.
Like,
Next week's like, think about what this podcast is going to be like next week. It's going to be the day before Swiss stage begins, and this is going to be the
yeah.
first time that we know about the matchups. The first time
Yep.
that we know who's playing who. And it could be utter chaos.
Which, yeah, that's gonna be insane. That's gonna be actually like out of this world.
I know. I cannot wait. I cannot wait whatsoever. And the best part is, like, games being at 8 a.m., like, I'll actually be able to catch the 7 and 8 o'clock games live.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
It'll be the only 2 days of Worlds that I get to catch it live, barring finals. Which I think I can state this here now. I got a message from Riot asking if I would vote again for Finals MVP. I accepted. The caveat obviously is, if you're voting for Finals MVP, you have to be watching it live. So, I mean, I already planned on it anyways, and hosting a watch party here in New York City. But your boy is gonna, yeah, you're good. Your boy is gonna be up at 4 a.m. watching the entire series live.
It's gonna be a banger though.
I got to adjust my sleep schedule entirely. Like because wherever we're watching it at, assuming it's like OS, like honestly, I might just get a hotel room in Manhattan for the night, and just like
When will the final be?
November 18th. That
Okay.
Sunday at 4 a.m. for us,
Okay. Oh wait, it's at 3?
or 3 a.m. Is it 3? I thought it was at 4.
3, yeah.
3. Oh, fuck.
Well, it says 2 a.m. for me, which means 3, yeah. For you.
That sucks.
You're gonna be pulling an all-nighter, but hey, it's part of
Well,
life, I guess.
I'm not gonna pull on it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Saturday
I get.
before I'm gonna like go to bed even if it's for like 4 or 5 hours, and
Hmm.
like go to bed at like 7, wake up at 2 a.m. and then get there by 3:30.
Con said, "What JDG player do you plan on voting for?"
I'm not gonna comment on that, obviously.
Do they make a? Do they make a ruler video after this?
What do you mean?
Like when JDG wins, inevitably. Do they make a ruler worlds video?
Oh, I mean, maybe. I don't.
It's inevitable. You
I don't know.
can. They're basically Thanos. Like they're
JDG, yeah.
Thanos without going back in time, and there's no Doctor Strange.
Well, I mean, that's why you need T1. You need T1 to go back in time to a point where they were good, and come
Yeah.
out and just absolutely stomp them in finals. But here's the thing, like it amazes me at how many people are like, "Oh, it's gonna be JDG versus Genji." It's like, have we not been watching the same worlds for like 2 years now, where
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
never, ever the favorites in the way that we say that they are. Genji are serial chokers.
But they're so good this year.
They were so good last year.
Okay.
Didn't they go undefeated in their group?
Super good. I think so.
They went undefeated and won LCK Summer. They were really good then too. Didn't they 3-0 T1?
I mean, they were really good. Yeah.
It's
They're
going to be
really good back
fucking
then.
T1 versus LNG. That is my prediction.
No, Genji went 6-1.
Who they lose to?
I'm pretty sure RNG.
They can't go 6-1. It's only, you only play 6 games.
They had a tiebreaker with RNG.
Oh, they won the tie. They went 5-1.
Yeah.
They both went 5-1. They split the game against each other and then won the tiebreaker. Okay, so they were
Yeah.
5-1. And remind me what they did in LCK Summer. Did they 3-0 T1?
Yes. Oh, back then I don't know, but I know they've like 3-0'd them twice in a row, haven't they, or something?
Yeah.
Or no, they went to 5 games. I thought this recently. I don't know. I don't remember.
Either way,
I don't remember LCK
Genji
finals.
serial chokers. And as Khan pointed out, how many best of fives did the LCK take off of the LPL this year? None.
Okay.
This is in the bag for the LPL. The question is who? And my guess is that it's not going to be JDG.
Yeah. I mean, wait, you said not JDG winning?
Yeah,
Why?
it's going to be LNG.
Stop. Although I love Gala, so I won't complain.
It's going to be LNG.
If Gala wins, like, you're not gonna hear me complain. You gotta remember though, like, LPL's 4th seed is a meme. Like, they're not actually good. Just because Cadril like co-streams their games doesn't mean they're
is the
good.
4th seed. LNG is the 3rd seed.
Yeah, but I'm saying like LPL does have a team that like we know isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, and it's Weibo.
Yeah. I'm not talking about LNG. I was saying
LNG is going to win Worlds because
we were saying it's
JD
anybody in the LPL
No,
winning it.
here's what's going to happen. We're going to get JDG versus Genji in the quarterfinals. Okay? JDG is going to lose to Genji, and everybody's going to be on the Genji hype train. They're going to Worlds. They're doing the thing. And then Genji is going to lose to T1 in semis.
Maybe, but no. But,
why are you saying no? We saw it last year.
JDG's not losing to Genji in quarters.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Because this is a way different JDG.
Okay, and it's a way different Genji.
I think one of them upgraded a lot more than the other. one of them like became almost god, like, and the other one like just became way better. Like JDG literally is like, dude, when they don't play with their food, it's disgusting what they do to people.
I mean, I agree with you. And
Like,
here's the thing. In an ideal world, in a world where no upsets happen, where the world script writers don't have any control over this, you're right. They go on to win the crown jewel, they take it all, and life is great. But it's not going to happen. It's not happening. The script writers will not let it happen.
I hate to tell you this, but it's probably already happened.
Nope, because what's going to happen is they're going to lose this year, okay? LNG's going to get it, but then next year is going to be the redemption arc for JDG when they win it on their home soil.
Okay, maybe. I could live with that. I was really hoping that your counter argument was just gonna be nope, and you were gonna stop there.
No, I have no ability to shut
That
up.
would
You know
have been
that.
so funny. You would have just gone, nope.
No,
JG just
no,
doesn't
Con.
win.
JDG has not lost a best of 5 this year.
Yeah, but they're gonna start now.
Yeah.
In your mind.
Yeah.
So you
It's
realize
Worlds.
this is their home field, right? Like,
No.
bro,
No.
they're gonna sell out that place.
Con, Worlds is supposed to be going to Europe next year, but it's the 15-year celebration. I could see a world where they go to China. I mean, I'm happy with Europe, obviously. Like, I pray that it goes to Europe. That'd be great. But
It'd be a lot better in China, but that's besides the point.
China would just go all out for the 15-year celebration of it. That's why, like,
Yeah.
I think it'd be
That's
cool.
why it would be better.
Yeah.
But you just can't be telling me, bro. You can't tell me that you really like. I know you love this type of stuff, and I get you believe in LNG. And I do too, to be honest, because them getting Gala, like, no joke, Gala might be one of the best ADCs alive.
Mhm.
Like, I know Pays and Ruler exist, so that makes it hard. But Gala just, there's something about when it matters, he plays insanely well. Now, granted, even he hasn't been able to stop JDG's just tyrannical reign on LPL. And, like, I don't know, man. Elk, like, BLG is so stacked.
They are.
They have Elk, they have Bin, I can't remember their jungler, Zune. Like, they are insane, bro. Insane. And they can't even stop JDG.
But they don't have to. The script writers do all the work for them. They don't have to. That's the thing that you're worried about how they're performing on the Rift and all these technical things about skill and, you know, quantitative measures that would allow them to actually win a normal game of League of Legends. But they're not playing a normal game of League of Legends. They're playing a game
True.
of Worlds League of Legends. It's a
True.
whole different animal.
And
Ash Chovy.
looking back at MSI, I did forget that T1 did take JEG to 5 games.
Yep.
I forgot about that. But the problem is BLG then 3-0'd and 3-1'd Korea's people. And we
Yeah.
know BLG can't beat JDG.
No, but I called this after that series happened. I tweeted out immediately and said T1 is losing this series to BLG.
Yeah,
Like, double
you did.
elimination brackets always do that. The person coming down from winners finals loses so much momentum, especially in a close series like that. I knew that was coming. The second they lost winners finals, it was done. It was over. Like, T1 had no chance of winning that.
That's
But
true.
they pushed them to 5. So if we're in single elimination at Worlds and that exact thing happens again, but T1 flips it, guess what? JDG's Golden Road is done. And that's it. And it's chalked and it's over. Move on. There's no double elim. There's no safety net now. Which adds to the stakes of this a lot. It's why I love single elimination.
It's just that JDG is like just the they're like the weird, like, just outlier to what you would think happens in sport. Because BLG last year, everyone was sitting there like they got hot. They just smoked the Korean 1 seed, smoked the Korean 2 seed. They're hot. They're fired up. They're about to go play a team that they've lost to like 4 best of 5s to at this point. They're about to cook them. And then they got in there and JDG just went, "What's up? We've been waiting."
Yep.
And they just started cooking them, and they killed them. They didn't even like give them a chance. Like, I guess they did, because wasn't it a 3-1 or something? Or did they 3-0? No, they 3-1. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they gave them one game, but it's like, I don't know, man. When JDG, like, when it's back against the wall, like,
They're gonna show up.
you can't tell me there's a better team you'd want. Yeah, let's say you're best of 5, game 5. It comes down to one team fight. You're down 5k gold. Ruler, Kanavi, Knight, in 369.
Nah. Look,
That's crazy.
No, I hear. Look, I get it. I hear you and I understand it. But when everything's on the line, 2 seconds left with Smite to hit, and you need somebody to back you up, I'm taking Dokla every time.
Oh my gosh.
Every time. My man is money. He has never lost a series internationally once. So don't even try and tell me that he can't do it.
Bro, speaking, I just gave like the greatest LPL hype piece ever, and then you saying that made me realize what I just did. Like, it was like back against the wall. Who's your 5 you're calling out? And I just named their whole roster.
You did the reverse Max Kellerman. You gave like the actual answer that you're supposed to give, not the Iguodala.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's like, bro, and that's the thing. That's why like, your video, great, hyped me up. But when you sit there and you just start reading the names of these Korean and Chinese teams, and you go, okay, all right, and you put that flag around you, and you kind of get yourself going, and you go, okay, who's taking on Faker today? And you read Palafox. Okay, all right, okay, and you just tighten the flag a bit more. And then if Palafox can't get the job done, we go down the list to M&S. All right. All right. And if he can't get the job done, let's put it all on our half a split rookie APA to go late against Chovy.
He can do it. He can do it. I have faith. He'll get Zegs one of these games. Why not that one?
Like, I feel so bad for APA. He's had half a season. Not even a season, my bad. Half a split to put together, like, his game plan. Now, granted, I will say, like, his supporting cast is probably the best supporting cast you could have.
Oh, yeah.
To mentally get you ready for that. And honestly, Jan, like, might be a rookie, but Jan, like...
Jan is crap.
I'm so excited to see him against these guys.
I hope he performs. If he performs against them, it's like, oh... We got a dog.
Are they in a good spot? I feel like they're not in a bad spot. Third seeds usually get, like, glory roads.
Yeah.
For NA.
Yeah. But the problem is third seeds typically have play-ins. This year they're coming in just cold.
Yeah.
And they are gonna, because they're pool 3, they're going to likely have to play against one of the, or they'll play against one of the 2 seeds. So they're either gonna play against Fnatic, BLG, T1, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it's LNG, right?
No, I thought BLG made it to the final. I thought it was another BLG JDG finals.
Nah, it was LNG.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if BLG got the seed.
Oh yeah, because they do like the qualifying points and all that bullshit. Yeah. I think BLG might be second seed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they could be.
Either way, like we get against Fnatic, maybe.
Maybe.
We get against either of the other two. Not
Honestly,
so much.
I'd feel good against Fnatic. Like,
I feel decent against T1, given the form that we saw of them last.
okay.
I honestly believe Summit can handle
I don't know.
Zeus.
But I don't know.
Piosik has already proven that he can beat Owner at Worlds. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, but
APA, slight downgrade from Worlds, Worlds winning Zeka in a Zeka meta. Slight, but we're fine. Yawn, I would take at the same level as Deft. Okay. Hear me out.
wait, which teams are you talking about? T1 or
TL versus
DK?
DRX. And what Piosik had to work with last time.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. No. No. Like Keegan was playing cracked that whole series. Like he was bailing out every team fight.
And so can Summit. Summit's already done that. He's proven it.
I don't know if he can bail out every team fight the way Keegan did.
Yawn, I trust to hit his smites.
Hit his smites? Because
Yeah.
Piosik can't at Worlds?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Bro, we can't. Like, can you. Oh my gosh. So, Korea Guma versus Core and Yon.
Yeah.
It's a close one.
Yep.
APA versus Faker. It's a close one if you have enough hopium.
And assuming that somebody stepped on Faker's wrist before we went out on stage, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Zeus, I don't know if
Zeus is known to choke. He is.
Yeah, but I don't know if Summit is gonna be the one to
Look,
humble Zeus.
all I'm saying is, we get the Men in Black like flasher thing, and blast Faker. Okay. He has no clue what he's doing. Okay. T1 falls apart. We're set. We've already seen them without Faker. We know they can't play the game.
Is C9 gonna get just death ran because they're getting third seeds, and like the third seeds for Korean LPL are just absolutely cracked?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna get one of those because KT Rolster, like I don't know if people know it, like unless you watch LCK, but they were #1 the whole year.
Oh yeah, no, like they are.
And got upset. Like they're insane.
I have full faith in them to just shit stomp everybody in groups,
Yeah.
but then lose 3-0 in quarters. Like that is like I'm fully expecting that to happen. But they're not. I promise. KT, I'll call this now. KT is not dropping a game in Swiss stage. Not one. They're gonna 5-0, and I mean it's obviously a little bit of luck, assuming they don't get like JDG. But assuming they don't get JDG, they could beat anybody. They're going 5-0 to immediately get 0-3 in quarters by a no-name.
Wouldn't the script writers make them getting JDG not matter anyways?
True. They could get JDG and then it's supposed to be hyped and then they go 0-3. Yeah, you're right. You're right. See, you're understanding the script. You're coming along with the plot line. I like it.
And then JDG has to literally climb from the ashes. And then instead of the current world song and a tease doing something, they just bring back Phoenix.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Why not? Why not?
All right, final thing I'll close out with here because we're right at an hour. How's the world song aging for you?
Really good. Extremely good.
It's killing me that I haven't heard it on broadcast yet because I haven't got to watch any of the games live, barring game 3 of today's.
I was really confused when you said that because I was like, because I forgot I'm watching them because I'm on a psycho schedule. You're not, so I was like, dude, I'm hearing it all the time. I was like, I was like, what are you watching?
Nothing at
Yeah,
all.
that's
It's
fair.
great. It's great.
Yeah, all you need to do is get on one of those dark, sick, twisted mind schedules.
I need to get on Emily's schedule. We need to just swap jobs for a month.
Yep. Hey, if you want to swap jobs with me,
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I'm chilling like a villain.
Thank you. I'd rather not die. Okay.
I can't die
I
where
can.
I am.
Do you have to do any sort of physical training?
No, not right now.
Oh, well then
'Cause we're
maybe I can.
chilling.
Yeah,
We're
maybe
about to
then
leave.
I'd be fine. But the
Yeah.
second we have to do anything that involves like lifting over 40 pounds of free weight, I'm not allowed. So yeah, in that case, I can die.
Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind. Because we're about to be like lifting a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do that. So it's great.
that's
I
fair.
sleep from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Bro, 5 hours of sleep, I would be miserable.
I would too.
I would be unbearable. And I would have to go through an entire day. Like, here's the thing, I don't even get home from work until 7. So, like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, that would be terrible. You know, I hate to admit to this, but even though I've been working nights, I've been naturally waking up at noon on Sundays only every day. Like, I think my body is so conditioned to football that I genuinely just wake up at 1 p.m. Eastern time every Sunday, even if I work nights and I'm dead tired. My body goes, there's something we're supposed to be doing.
We're supposed to be watching the Jets chuck another game. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Hey, on a positive note for us, though, Justin Jefferson has to sit out for a little bit, which means that we're guaranteed 4 losses. And we play the Bears
Yeah.
this week, which means that we move up in the standings. I just need Mac Jones to be a normal fucking quarterback for 2 weeks to get them 2 more wins to put them ahead of us. And then
Why
we're
have
fine.
you guys not traded Kirk Cousins yet?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
Somebody will
nobody
take
wants
him. Just like get like we are officially in rebuilding stage.
Yep.
Like 100% in rebuilding. Like I don't know why we are not just like trading him away, get draft picks, like prep it. Like expect that the next year and a half is going to be rough and just start prepping for everything to kick off.
See honest.
See honest. Thank you.
But yeah, you guys should be. And hey, our Gardner pickup looking real good all of a sudden.
Yeah, it is.
Looking really good. And I'm not even that worried about Richardson because even though he's been getting hurt, I read this stat that calmed me down because at first I was like, dude, he gets hurt way too much. But then I read about how Stafford like missed 50% of his first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen missed like half of his first season, and Joe Burrow played like 4 games and then tore his ACL. And I was like, we're fine. I was like, he'll figure it out.
I'm trying to see standings of where everybody's at for.
We're first in the AFC South, not to brag.
You're first in
Or
the.
we might be second.
Wait, how is Pittsburgh first in the AFC North?
The Bengals have been sucking.
What the fuck? They're
And
2
they beat
0 in the division.
Yeah, they beat the Ravens.
That's incredible. And yet they're 3
And the
and 2
Browns.
first in the division, and people are chanting to fire Matt Canada. Which they
Yeah.
should. To be very clear, they should. And it makes me so
Yeah.
proud that all the Penguins fans at their home opener were cheering to fire Matt Canada at a hockey game.
I know they hate Matt Canada, but I'm so excited for when they fire Matt Canada and their next OC also can't figure out how to use that garbage QB Kenny Pickett, and Steelers fans have to slowly realize that it's Kenny Pickett.
But that I think here's the thing. That's what they want. People like talking to my dad, who's probably like the most diehard Steeler fan in the world. He wants them to be able to open up the secondary a little bit, and then that will obviously free up the running game a little bit. And he said if Kenny Pickett's the man for the job, let him try to do that. But when you're constantly throwing dump passes and expecting that to work, as you have been for 3 years and it hasn't worked, you're not going to be able to tell. Like, the only
Yeah.
reason they adopted that style was because Ben Roethlisberger was hurt.
Yeah, that's fair.
And, like, towards the end of his career, he couldn't throw the ball past 20 yards with the same speed that he used to.
Yeah.
And they stuck with it ever since, which, sure, fine, but, like, you're handicapping yourself.
I mean, that's true.
I
I
hate
just
that I
am
know more
not-
about the Steelers than the Vikings.
I just have zero faith in Kenny Pickett.
I mean, I have
Like-
faith in him to win the division.
I mean, that's because the AFC North right now sucks.
Yeah.
Only because of Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow like can start to put it together, like the thing is, the Steelers will never win a Super Bowl with him.
No, absolutely not.
Like the one thing about Mike Tomlin that's been weird is like the last, I'd say 6 years, he's been just like he's been good enough coaching.
Yeah.
Good enough to get you to the playoffs, and by good enough, that's what I mean. Like playoffs, I understand is great, and they're probably all happy with Mike Tomlin. And I'm not saying you fire him. I'm saying he's too good for you to get the QB you need.
Yeah.
Like, well, you could get one because Jalen Hurts was available.
You could also take Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, you can trade.
I will take
Well,
Kenny Pickett in Minnesota. I will take him.
I don't. Yeah, that's because you want to lose.
Exactly.
Like, I just don't see what they're seeing in sticking this experiment out. But I get they used a first round pick, so they feel stuck with it, and that's okay. But it's like at some point the writing's on the wall, man. Like,
I mean, the writing's also on the wall for Kyler Murray. He's about to be gone.
yeah, that's true. But Kyler Murray had a way better peak than Kenny Pickett.
Did he? I mean, Kenny Pickett hasn't even played a full year.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny Pickett can't score for anything.
I don't know what's her problem. She's baring her teeth.
Could you baring her teeth?
Points.
At who? You?
Me.
Why?
Well, no, like baring her teeth and licking me.
That's crazy talk.
Not like being mean. She like bares her teeth and licks me. I think she's in pain because I forgot to give her her pill this morning.
Maybe. I don't know.
Did you give her it when you came home?
No. Why would I?
I didn't give it to her this morning, so I just gave it to her now.
I don't know.
Okay, we can go right.
I don't know. Coco looks fine to me, and she's gone. Relax.
But I'm just I'm not sold on him. No offense to him.
No, that's fine. Anything else you want to talk about before I end this, wrap it up, and get it shipped out?
Not really, because I mean, I think we went in pretty in depth on all these games so far, and it's looking tough.
I'll keep you posted tomorrow morning with how the whole like highlight watching thing goes. We'll see. I'm a little scared, but
what, are you gonna try it out tomorrow?
yeah, I mean, might as well.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you should. Like, I think it's not a bad idea. It's not like you're gonna get. Can you even get demonetized on TikTok? Is that a thing?
No, for TikTok. I'm just doing like the recap of the day.
Oh, okay.
Because somebody out like Anthem already does like recap videos of like the actual gameplay and shit. So it's like there's no point in me talking about that. I can talk about the storylines better than I can talk about like he actually let me in on his spreadsheet or his like sheet of what he's doing. And like he's got a guy like taking notes of like every major play in the game and then clipping it and like having that available for him to put in a video. And it's
Wow.
It's like, hey, good for you. I can't do that. I don't have the time to edit that. Like this, I'm not at that stage in my life.
Yep.
So I'm gonna stick to talking about it and going from there.
I was gonna say I'm your friend and I'm watching all the games, but I'm not watching them that close. No, I have a job.
And so that's the thing is like, if you're a college kid right now, like shit, you could do so much, but
True. And maybe if I was just a dog, it's a dog mentality that we don't have because we're not young and spry.
I mean, to be fair, I would argue that I have dog mentality given the fucking amount of content that I'm putting out.
True, you are posting a lot of content. You probably do have the dog mentality.
I just can't.
I don't think I do.
I have to be smart with how I spend my time.
Hmm.
I can't afford to, like I cannot fuck over micro like if I do something like if I put in that amount of effort that they're doing for that, I would lose
Yeah.
my job
Yeah.
because I wouldn't be able to focus on what I need to do to, keep a six-figure salary coming in. Like
Yep.
no amount of
That's just life.
clipping League of Legends is going to be worth that unless like I can make that money and I won't.
Yep. Very true.
So, all right. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. If you're still around, I didn't even see how many people we have right now. We're at 12 at our peak, so that was cool. Those watching on Spotify, because the podcast is now up on Spotify, be sure to leave us a 5-star rating. That always helps promote the show. And yeah, that's about it. Any final words?
Go JDG. I'm gonna be their fanboy because I want to see the first ever Grand Slam, and I want it to be China so bad.
We're gonna have another podcast before you even get the chance to actually cheer them on.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that like I want to set my place here. I've been an LPL like sympathizer for a while now. So if this happens, I feel like this is the thing that really puts LPL above,
Yeah.
Really sets them apart. And I get they're doing it with 2 Koreans. And you know what? I don't give a shit. They're still better. No.
I mean, hey. Sure. All right. We'll catch you all later. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Yep. Bye.